All right, and we are live, guys. What's going on, Jason? How you doing, bud?
Good morning. Yes, I'm on vacation
Nice.
for the rest of the week, but I'm busy. I'm doing my videos. I'm still continuing with this partnership with Shivas in Aruba. So a
That's an
little plug
awesome
there.
ad, man.
Yeah, a little plug there. If any of you are in Aruba, go to Shivas Gems and Jewelry, and they've got like a ton of uh, authorized brands that they carry. They're the best in the island, and they have really good prices too.
Now you're down there in the Caribbean, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay,
Exactly.
that's what I thought. What's going on, JCB? How you doing? You're up kind of late, JCB. What time is it over there? What's up, Bobby Legs? I'm
Hey, Bobby.
receiving. How you guys
Basically,
doing? What are you guys all wearing today, by the
on
way, in the
receiving stuff.
chat? What are you wearing today, Jason?
Rizzo, what's up? I'm wearing my undone design atelier watch today. One of one.
Okay. Nice, nice. I'm wearing that Victorinox, the Field Force that Rich sent out to the channel for giveaway. So getting a little more wrist time with it before I have to give it away.
Nice.
Okay.
JCB, you're up late. Hey, Ken.
Ooh, 1 a.m. Ooh.
Hmm.
Well, thanks for chiming in there, JCB, listening in. I appreciate it, bud. What's going on, Will? We got I announced on the Discord groups too. By the way, a couple of different groups that we're going to be live. So,
Yeah.
because I know Monday mornings, I know are kind of tricky for some people. This is my last day of vacation as well. Unfortunately, I have to go back to work tomorrow night. So I think we got me and the girlfriend gonna. She just left the house. So I think I'm gonna go to her house, and then we might go bowling this evening.
Nice. Enjoy.
So get out of the house and do something kind of fun.
Awesome.
Still wearing the Helsing. That's a great watch. Underachieving the Shark Master. So, any more updates on the watch you're designing?
Um, Actually, I left it on the table for now because I know I'm going to be pretty stuck with not having the funds to get it like launched because I
Mm-hmm.
could pretty much design the case back and the buckle right away. That's not really an issue, but I don't think I'll be able to gather the funds to for them to like make the prototypes.
Mm-hmm.
And also, I was considering before on going Kickstarter, but with so much flack that Kickstarter is getting now, I might just release it on my own. Like what Random Rob was telling me to, you just release it on your own, like on your own channels. We also have Discord that's willing to help us out. We have Bruce
Mm-hmm.
and Thomas and Megan who's like willing to like help us out with a promotion and all that. But until I get like those funds enough to make those prototypes, I'm not gonna do any more work on that. It's just gonna break my heart.
I gotcha. That sucks. Maybe we'll see what we can do in the groups. Maybe try to raise some funds for it because that'd be definitely sounds like it's gonna be a cool watch.
Well, I'll have to like make some really good renders to actually show people that I'm serious about it.
Yeah, don't give up on it. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah,
you never know. It'll probably happen.
yeah, and and the thing is like another thing that I was like thinking about it is the whole bullhead chrono situation in the first place. Yeah, I'm doing a little bit more research and I'm trying to um, have an open mind about it. And most people are not, or many people are not so fond about the bullhead setup.
Mm.
You know, but that's the whole premise of the whole watch in the first place.
Yeah. See,
You
I
know,
like that design.
yeah, because I mean that's the whole point of the design that you could like twist it and turn it to any which orientation you want.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but if people are adamant about having like what, just do it like a regular chrono, and you can still twist and turn it if you wanted to. You know,
Mm.
and I want to see if I could explore that and see how that's going to work out. But yeah, all in good time. Like writers and designers, we tend to we have this technique like leave it on the table and then come back to it at a later date.
Yeah.
That
Yeah. Just don't give up on it, man.
Yeah,
It's
no,
pretty
no,
cool
I'm not
design.
definitely not giving up on that. And the thing is like once I have like these concepts and I have like them written down or drawn, I mean they're there, so we can always come back to it.
Okay.
But the thing about like with writing, when you come back to it at a later date, at a later time, you have now a fresher perspective. You're more open to suggestions, to criticisms,
Hmm.
and changes if need be for the project. So I'm doing that with this one. Hopefully, when I come back to it, it's the actual time to actually like launch it. Yeah,
I gotcha.
we'll get there. We'll
Gotcha.
get there one
Yeah,
day.
definitely a cool design. Now you said you're still debating on the Tudor Chrono we were talking about off air before we came out. By the way,
Yeah. One moment. I need to take a call. One moment.
no worries. What's up, JCB? What did I think of the narwhal? I actually think I would pick one up. I'm not really picking anything up at the moment. I've been kind of saving for that Zen. I kind of want the 556 just because I feel it's like I've been kind of downsizing the collection a lot, mainly down to my Casios, really. My Orange Monster, and of course, my G Shock All Metal is really the only things I have left. I just shipped off the Patty I just bought. I sold it, I flip things quick. I
Nice.
can definitely see owning a narwhal just because it's something kind of different. I don't know if you saw my unboxings of that, the diving armor, the narwhal, Jason.
Yeah,
It's
I
the
wanted
one.
that narwhal too.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. For about $400, I looked up the price on their
Pretty
website for
cool.
about $400, and I think it's got. If I remember correctly, I'll go over all of it in the full review. If I remember correctly, I think it has a Miota movement, which I think for that money is not that bad of a watch at all. And it's
You know what I
something.
really missed? The the Durenzo.
Those are cool looking. I haven't had my hands on
I
one, but those look
really,
cool.
really wanted one. I almost like forked out the money for that, but yeah, I'm
Mm.
still saving. But back in the day, I was still saving for that Seamaster. But
Uh huh.
yeah, we were talking about earlier about the acquisition that I was trying to get.
Mm.
Yeah,
20
so
watches.
yeah, 20 watches.
I've been there, man. But go ahead. Sorry, Jason. What were you saying?
Yeah, we were talking about like in the past stream, like how I fell out of love with the Seamaster. It's to give a little background. The Seamaster 300M, specifically the blue bezel and chrome dial, that was like at the top of my list for like years, for
Hmm.
years. But then the more that I wore it, because they had it here in the AD, I think they had two, and now both of them are gone. But after wearing it for like I think 5 or 6 times, every time it's just not giving me that oomph anymore. It doesn't excite me anymore.
Uh,
Maybe
I
it's because
definitely
I wore it
understand
too
that.
much.
Yeah, I understand that, man.
But yeah, like somebody in the chat in the stream said it's just a crush. It
Hmm.
probably is. It probably is. It's probably just a crush and not really like something that I would really like to own or keep in the collection. So I'm actually happy that I decided not to get it. So I don't really have that, not just the remorse, but it saves me the opportunity to actually look at other watches. And since then, like what I told you earlier, I've been looking at Tudor. I've been actually looking at other watches too, around
Hmm.
that price range. I'm okay also with buying pre-owned, which saves me a lot of money. And but the ultimately I boiled it down to actually three watches. The JLC Squadra, which is kind of hard to find, it seems. But
Squadra. I am
yeah,
not familiar with
the,
that one.
yeah, the JLC Squadra is kind of like an automatic version of the JLC Reverso,
Okay.
but it's a little bit more squarish rather than rectangular,
Okay.
and it's a little bigger. It's supposedly like more aimed at the women's genre, but I like it. It
Okay.
looks wearable to me. Also, they come in different sizes: 29 and 30, up to 36. Oh, no, not 36. 34.
Which you have a smaller
Width.
wrist than I do, right?
Yeah, I have smaller wrists, so I can pull it off. So it's not
Okay.
really a problem. I also had Cartier Tank Vermeil, so I know I can pull it off. Now that was hard to get, so I was down to the Tudor Black Bay Steel
Mm.
and the Tudor. Heritage Chrono Gray, both of which were offered to me by a local AD, not the one that I'm partnering with, but a different one. And they got it for a really good price. They got it for a really good price. I could get the Black Bay steel for under 3K, which is really really good. It's brand new, not pre-owned. It's
Mm.
just old stock, you know. And the other one was also the Tudor Heritage Chrono, which is the gray one, and that's
What's the
cool.
retail on those? On
Uh,
the Chrono?
the retail on the Chrono is like 4.4 if I'm not
That's
mistaken.
not bad for that watch at all.
Yeah, and I'm getting that for like under $1,000 less,
Really, I definitely
and
go for that one then,
that's new, and that's new.
because you can
Now,
always probably you can probably always turn around and I hate to give that advice, but you can probably always turn around and make a little bit of money on it.
yeah, but the thing is, like, again, I don't live in the United States.
Mm.
It would have been easier if I did. But here in Aruba, once you're here, whatever you buy here is mostly a keeper,
Hmm.
unless you're selling it like a $200 watch. It would be near impossible to flip that. I had a hard time to flip my Tissot.
Hmm.
I had a Tissot Powermatic that I wanted to review, and I flipped it even before I got to review it.
Speaking of TISO, I spoke to Rich. They're actually a TISO dealer now. I may end up getting one that it's not. They don't have the automatics in yet, of course, but they have the old PRX, the quartz. So I
Yeah.
might get a chance to look at one of those. I've been kind of interested to look at one of those too.
Well, we have both ADs here, and they're telling me that it's really hard to get these T cells now. Even T cells, there's like a scarcity in delivery and whatnot. I guess
Hey
it's
Ken,
something.
hey Lucian, just saying hey to a couple more people that chimed in. But yeah, that sucks though. About the sparsity. Yeah, I don't know. That'd be a tough one.
Yeah, and JCB just said Monte Carlo, Jace. Look, let me get to that. Here's
Hmm.
the thing: I almost pulled the trigger on that Black Bay steel because it was under 3K, and I got the funds, so I was willing to take that. I went to the AD, and they said it was gone.
Mm.
I would have had like a new Black Bay steel in the weekend, but yeah, it's not there anymore. Somebody pulled it off. Well, somebody knew that it's going under retail
Maybe you listen to your channel or listen to our live streams.
maybe they did. Maybe
Went
they
over
did.
and or they're on vacation down there and they listen to our
So
live
maybe
streams and went.
I should have shut my mouth. So, because there's only like two big ADs here in Aruba, so they could give the call and they know pretty much where it was.
Uh-huh.
But either way, I mean, I didn't. I felt bad, but not that bad, you know. So just to console my ego and my
But
emotions and my
you look at it
feelings.
this way, it's not meant to be though. You know, maybe you'll find something else you really like.
Well, I'll get to that, JCB. So just to caress my broken heart, I went and bought like my first Casio. It's the one that's like been lying there in one of the display cases for a while, and it said, "Look, you guys have that for a while now. Just give it to me like a very good price." I got it for like 80 bucks, which is
Which
not
one did you
bad.
pick up?
The red one, the red one.
The G Shock.
Yeah, the G Shock. Yeah, the
Okay.
G Shock Casio, the
Okay.
red one. I needed to try one, and it was like quite nice. It's thinner than what I
Yeah, I had
expected,
one of those a while back. The red ones. I might pick up one of the jellyfish ones next.
and it's a good pickup because I mean I could sell it again. I mean it's pretty cheap. Or
Yeah, and you don't have to
plus
worry about it either. Nice little
yeah,
beat around watch. You know.
yeah. Plus I need that because I'm going to mod it. So JCB is going to probably like look into that for that video. I'm going to mod it. I'm going to
You
buy
doing the
some.
metal AP look?
Yeah, yeah. But I'm going to do it differently. I don't want it to be like AP with all of the nuts in front of it and with all the screws in front of the bezel. I don't want that. I want to keep it like Casio, but looking something else. And you know I've modded my one of my 5600s into adding some of those robot kits on it. I'm probably going to do that with this one too.
Okay. And JCB asked earlier, I saw a comment. He asked you if you tried out the Zenith, the A384. Remember the brown one I posted in my video, the
Well,
revival.
you see, that's also one of the things that I have on my list because, but that's slightly over my budget though.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. I got that right, and I look. I was so frustrated. I almost got it. Then I called the Shivas, which is the AD that I was working with, and I asked him, look, I've had the Seamaster. I gave him the whole story. I had the Seamaster on my list. I didn't like it anymore, so I'm looking for a 3K watch, and I'm trying to see if I could look into other brands. Right now, I'm thinking about Tudor. I told him that. I told him the whole thing, and he said, "Okay, you know what? Let me see what we can get you." And because you've done so much for our store, I'm willing to give it to you at a very very big discount. He said,
Okay.
"Okay, fine." I appreciate that. But then he came back to me with one of the things that he saw with his friends, and it's a not Black Bay. It's a Tudor Heritage Chrono Blue, the Monte Carlo,
Okay.
not the old Monte Carlo, but the new one. The real Monte Carlo, the ones in the 70s. That's pretty baller and that's pretty expensive. But the new ones that was released together with back in
Yeah,
2017.
the Corona, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I like
And
that. It's
now,
like that blue and orange, right?
yeah, yeah. So now I'm just short by 800 because the one that he offered me was the one with the steel bracelet that comes with the strap, and
Hmm.
that's a pretty good one. Because normally you could either just buy the strap only, and I didn't want that, and that's crazy expensive, at least for me, for just a strap only watch. I want the bracelet. So he offered that to me for 3.8. I'm really now selling off some of my watches so that I can get that extra money so that
Yeah.
I can buy that. But he said that he's also looking into the things that I listed, and one of them was a Zenith El Primero. One of them was the GLC Squadra at
Hmm.
Gerard Perregaux, if you could find one for me.
Which
Uh,
GP, the Laureato?
yeah, but I don't think that's going to happen because that's over 4 or 5K at the very least. Like
Uh,
unless I go with the old ones, but I don't know. We'll see what he could come up with. So I'm still waiting for the rest of his list. But if none of them is something that I could, that I like, then I'll probably go with the Monte Carlo because that's another one that I've really been looking for.
that's a pretty good looking watch too.
Yeah, yeah. So hopefully that's the new one in the family. I'm selling off some of the watches that I have here. My wife's helping me out with that,
Okay.
and this is coming from the YouTube fund. So most of the, if not almost all of the money that I'm going to fork out for distributors coming from the YouTube money. So that's a special thanks to all of the viewers too, because I would never have had this opportunity to buy this one if it weren't for the channel.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
That's definitely awesome that it helps pay for the hobby because the hobby can be expensive.
Yeah, it does. But the thing is, I'm not one to grow a collection. And now that
Hmm.
I'm looking back at my collection, I had in my 100 episode. I had a little tag there at the end where I showed off the whole collection, right?
Hmm.
I saw it, and I'm not much to a guy for a big collection. I can probably live with under 12 pieces, maybe even less. And I look at them at the pieces that I have, I could sell most of them, which is not bad.
JCB's asked if we're making any money. I'm making a little bit right now, not a lot. My views are starting to go up, but I'm making enough to kind of almost break even, maybe a little bit more between all the shipping and all that. Because I get a lot of watches in from Discord, so the shipping, of course, adds up. So it all almost kind of evens out right now. So hoping to make a little bit more, hopefully here in another year or so once they get some more. What about you, Jason?
Well, I'm earning. Now that's all I could say. Back in the day, there was one time that I didn't earn enough, so so Google didn't pay me up because you have to at least have 100 to get paid, right?
Mm.
There was one time that that didn't happen, but that's okay. But since then, it's been gradually ramping up. And yes, like you, I have to, not with the shipping, I have to pay for the import duties here in Aruba. So
Mm.
when micro brands send me the watches, I get to keep the watches. Yes, that's part of the deal. But I also have to pay for the import duties. It's not the brands that does that.
Mm-hmm.
So I still in the beginning it was only breaking even like you,
Now, you
but now
guys, I might be kind of naive in this. Are you guys part of your own country, or are you part of another country down there?
we are our own country.
Okay. Because I know there's a couple like U.S. owned islands down there, and there's a
Yeah,
couple like French owned islands, correct?
yeah, we were owned by the Netherlands
Okay.
back in the 80s. Oh, well, since forever, but back in the 80s they went independent. So,
Uh-huh.
but that was also the problem with me with that independence because the way when they went independent, they set up the currency in a way that it kind of hindered them from doing e-commerce. So we could only pay like for PayPal with any currency, with any electronic currency, electronic transactions. We can only pay. We cannot receive
Okay.
unless it's bank transfer. That's the only way that we could receive money. So with that kind of like that's the big hurdle for me and my channel and for me selling off some watches because I could have sold these watches like internationally. I'm willing to pay for the international shipping, but there's no way for me to get the money unless people transfer it to me, which is like very suspicious for many, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, I
And that was like
gotcha.
the biggest hurdle. But yeah, so I had to really find other ways to lower the cost of the channel because of that, yeah, this is a hobby and all that, but it still has costs, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I bought some equipment since starting the hobby. I bought some lights, I bought some stands, the cameras, like the one that you bought, right?
Mm-hmm.
Cameras, no, the lens rather, the lens.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's still a cost related to this YouTube gig. So
Oh yeah.
you have to minimize as much as you can. And the way that I did that was like going to the ADs. The first AD was a good experience for me, but they didn't have the frequency that I like, to be sustainable as a
Mm-hmm.
YouTube channel,
And see, now
right?
that you're working with the 180, you've got plenty of content too.
Yeah, because they were pretty happy with the content that I'm making, and it just so happened that the son of the owners making the marketing and the videos, and he wanted to branch out somewhere else, all right, and he's getting too busy to do that. And here I come in
Mm-hmm.
just at the right time.
Perfect
So
timing.
yeah, so they like that. So plus they don't have to pay me. That's
Yeah,
the big thing
that's
that they like.
free advertisement for them and free
Yeah,
content for you. You know,
yeah.
so it
and
works
and
out on
and
both ends.
and they are really adamant that they need to like post something weekly for their channels. So that works for me too because I need to post something weekly for my channel. I actually post twice as much as I could, right?
Uh huh.
So that actually that saves me a lot of the cost
Mm-hmm.
instead of like importing these
Now I
watches.
wonder how many guys they get flying in from there just to buy from them, and they just fly out.
Oh yeah, they do. They
Like
have a
especially
lot of
like
those.
a lot of the gray market people that live in like Miami and all that probably. You
But they
can
have a
go in and buy.
Miami branch too, which is like super awesome. So and they even suggested, look, if, I mean, if this goes well, we could even like bring in some Richard Milles and Rolex, or like go to Miami and do some filming there, which is like awesome. If that, if
You
you
see
know,
underachieving watch collectors comment. It says anecdotal evidence suggests if you have a pet dinosaur, your YouTube money will skyrocket. TGB is a little eccentric for me. He does great work, but a little too eccentric for me. What about you?
well, I'll be honest. We all started somewhere. I
Mm,
started like enjoying watch channels with JC, with the TGB, not JC. JCB is pretty recent. JCB
mm.
I also enjoy, of course, his whole time. Yeah, the hot take from JCB every Tuesday, guys, every Tuesday. I started with TGV, Time Teller, Random
Mm.
Rock, Bruce Williams. Yeah, those are the usual suspects. Yeah, Houdinki. But
Remember
now,
J. Anthony reviews? Remember him?
oh well, actually, him I'm not really I'm not I didn't really catch him. I guess I'm too young in this gig. But yeah, the usual suspects I still follow. But TGV is a little, his taste, his content kind of changed. Ever since that Watchbox gig that he had, right? What's it, Watchbox?
Yeah.
It was Watchbox, right? And then ever since after that falling off that he had, his content kind of changed. Um,
Mm.
it's more like conversations with Mark and all that. It's
Mm.
less of the history of watches. I kind of like the way he answered questions, and from the viewers. I kind of like that. I kind of miss that, that
That
kind of vibe.
that's awesome. JCBC said he wrote to Jay Anthony the other day to get him on the show. He's up for it. He seems like a pretty cool guy. I've chatted with him a couple different times.
I need to catch up who Jay Anthony is.
He uploads every once in a while, but it's like randomly now. I think not as much as he used
So
to.
that's his channel, Jay Anthony.
Yeah, he I think he just goes by his name,
Okay,
Jay Anthony.
I'll look it up. I'll look it
A
up.
little bit older stuff out there, but he's got some pretty good stuff too, though. And then my buddy, I don't know if you remember Adam from 1010 Talk. Did you ever watch him?
Who?
Adam from 1010 Talk.
I've heard of Tenten Talk, but not. I have to catch
He
up with
does
it.
it. He uploads like rarely. With me and Rob, have been trying to get on him to upload a little bit more too.
Yeah, I mean, I'm at the mercy of the YouTube algorithm suggestion on my TV. Plus, I have like a ton of stuff going on, so
Yeah,
it's really hard for me to catch up with many of these channels now and then.
like
I'm just
the
happy
one
you.
time I got a really big hit on the algorithm was, and I don't like to do that, is whenever I talked about the whole the TPG scandal. Was when I talked about that, and I got like 900 something views in like
Yeah,
a couple days.
it kind of broke the watch community line. It went a little bit into the media, into the
Uh-huh.
general media than usual. That's why YouTube suggested that. It's not really that much of a big hit. It's like, yeah, I know that after that first week, it's just gonna die down. So I didn't
Hmm.
really. I actually built some content around it, but then I realized it's not design related.
Yeah,
So
I
I
got you.
gotta
Of
like
course, you know I talk all kind of watch topics, so I talk
yeah.
related
No,
topics.
and it's going to like die down. The good thing
Yeah.
is like I kind of got involved into some of the streams because some people were kind of mentioning me while they're live streaming, like Tim Wright and Marco from Cardinal, Watch Cardinal, and
Mm.
in that whole sub community of Archie Luxury. So
Yeah. Archie's old underachieving said he's watched a lot of old YouTube, include Archie's older stuff is a lot of his better stuff.
yeah, I mean, I see the value in Archie. He knows a lot. You know, I
Uh-huh.
mean, and he brings value to the community of watch enthusiasts. I get that, but I can't listen to his swearing all the time.
Yeah.
Even Nico. I mean, I have kids around the house all the time. I
Yeah.
can't do that. So
Well, Nico has a younger audience too. Like a lot of them, I think, are like in their 20s. You know what I
well,
mean?
Nico's marketing is really spot on. They know how
Oh yeah.
to play the YouTube algorithm, especially when he started reacting to celebrities, because that's the most logical thing to do. I mean, if you have celebrities, you have those celebrities fans that will be looking into whoever talks about that celebrity. So he's kind of attaching himself to that. But at the same time, he really is a really knowledgeable watch dealer. So he knows his stuff, and that's something I couldn't bring. I don't.
Yeah.
I neither have the personality nor the knowledge. I know graphics design and product design, but that's inherently a dry content. you know,
Mm.
I'm spicing up my content on my editing, yes, but
Yeah.
the content itself is dry. Unlike what Nico and Archie's doing, they're
Yeah.
entertainment.
And
They're
Archie
personalities.
tried claiming that Nico like stole his character, but I think Nico is the way he is on camera, off camera.
Yeah, and look, he's Dutch. We deal with Dutch people. He has that Dutch personality.
Mm.
It's just he just has that Scottish flavor or Irish flavor and whatnot. You know?
Mm.
But he is a personality, and I like that. He is actually very genuine. It's just that
Mm.
I can't keep watching him because of
Yeah, the kids.
the language. Yeah,
Yeah, I get it. At first, I was kind of like it's a little bit too much, and then it kind of warms up to you, I guess.
yeah.
It does
Look,
get entertaining.
and when you go into his live streams, you see him as the person. He is really like jokey, but he really has a deep respect for the trading industry.
Yeah,
You know? He also knows a lot when it comes to watches and especially Rolex.
yeah,
You know?
definitely.
I like that with him, and that's and that's really entertaining. Hey, Six Killer, what's
What's
up?
up, Six Killer? What's up, bud? But yeah, he definitely knows his stuff, and it's cool that he's working, been collabing with Roman and them too. So,
Yeah, and Roman's the bomb. You know?
oh yeah,
Roman's
he's
really
like
awesome.
I said, I've spoken with him a bunch of times, like off camera and all that, and he's just as he is on camera. You know, what I mean, he's not faking it. You know.
Yeah, yeah, and that's those are the people that you really want to be connected with. You know, I mean, it's
Yeah,
not that often that you can connect with them or to be much more in the same live stream that they are. So
yeah.
I like that. I'm trying to see also with my channel, because my channel has its own signature now, as you can probably tell. But I still want to see where I could bring the channel forward. I There's been the notion of me reacting to whatever, but
Uh-huh.
the difficulty is not showing my face. I still want to have like that hands feeling, like the watch finder feeling. You know,
Uh-huh.
that's not a secret to you guys. You know where which kind of entertainment I'm trying to bring, but I want to be entertaining too, not
Uh-huh.
just be known for good editing. You know, and that's what I'm trying to see if I could branch out to that.
I have noticed since I started putting myself on, which I was kind of hesitant to do at first, because I figured people wanting to watch more, you know what I mean, than looking at my ugly mug. But I have noticed that
Yeah,
like once I put myself in front of the camera a little more, people watch a little more. I think they feel like more relatable, I guess, to you.
yeah, yeah, definitely. But yeah, it's a fine line that we need to balance out and see which we can. Ultimately, we want to bring entertaining content. I mean, I understand my content is entertaining to a certain niche, but I still want to do more rather
You've been
than
doing
just
good. What are you up to now?
editing.
Like 5 or 6,000?
I'm at 6,700, I think.
Okay,
So
because you
going
jumped up
seven.
there quick, didn't you?
It kind of did with some help with Ocean from I keep forgetting his channel.
Timeless Watch channel.
Timeless Watch channel. There you go.
Yeah.
And yeah, going to some of the streams that helps out.
Speaking of somebody, I spoke about him before. Speaking of somebody that is really great editing and knows when to add in stuff, Ocean does really great work.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I've seen his videos before. It's just that I'm not such a follower
Hmm.
like most. It's just I just don't. It's surprising how many watch channels there are. It's just
Yeah, and
it's
it
just
helps the locations he's in. You know, what I mean, he can film like really great locations too.
oh, I could dream. I could only dream of of living where he lived.
And he seems to have the money to back up what he says and everything too. Like
Oh
he
yeah, I
buys
mean,
like whatever he wants pretty much, which is kind of every watch
yeah,
guy's dream, you
he's a
know?
music producer. I mean,
Yeah.
and the thing is, like, he's not hampered with trying to grow the channel because it really is a hobby for him.
Mm,
Unlike with us, that sometimes we tend to, or I at least I tend to bring in the what you call this the monetary value of the channel
mm,
into my mind, but I try to don't let that hinder my content. I
yeah.
really like making these content. It's just that I want to do more, want to do better. I don't want to be
Yeah.
typecasted to the same thing over and over again. I like that. I appreciate that, but that people like appreciate the editing that I do. And there's really a large amount of planning for every watch, for every video that I do. I plan every
You could tell too.
I plan every transition. I tried winging the dialogue, but I failed miserably. So I always have a script. Every video had a script. it's ridiculous. But yeah, I tried to just make it as fast as I could, where I could, and but ultimately I wanted to be entertaining too at the same time.
Hmm.
So maybe
Underachieving just found out that his cousins into watches too. That's awesome.
nice.
Definitely. That's one thing I don't have in my family. Nobody's really into watches. My cousin in law is into him. He's starting to get into him. Sauger. He's married my cousin Jessica in about 2 years ago, something like that. But he's into watches. I got him into SKX, one of his first nicer watches.
Uh-huh.
So
Yeah, and, when you find that person that's also interested, you tend to keep them. We're a small bunch of people.
yeah, definitely. And that's what we were talking about. I don't know if it was with you or somebody else, but we were talking about on my one live stream the other day. Like that's why I like getting on here and doing the live streams because you can talk. Like my girlfriend will listen to me blab about watches, whatever. You can tell she's just like whatever. But
Yeah, that's why I try to hop in too, because I mean, like, I like talking watches. It's just that there's no one to talk to here.
and she's a trooper too. When we went to Charlotte, she came to the AD with me. She just kind of chilled out there. Was on her phone, whatever. She kind of looked
She's a
around,
keeper,
whatever.
man. She's a keeper.
Yeah, so she's definitely a
Nice.
trooper.
Yeah.
Exactly, JCD.
Yeah, it's a small niche. We just have to accept it. And you know what? Here's the thing. I think knife people are bigger. The knife community seems to be
Yeah, the
bigger than that.
EDC community is crazy big.
Yeah, especially the EDC. Yeah, correct. The EDC community. I actually like dabbled into that. I even shot like some footage of
Hmm.
my knives. The problem with
Um,
that is my wife can't get on board with knives. She feels it's dangerous. I don't. She doesn't
well, I
want
mean,
them.
if they're little pocket knives, it's not gonna, it's nothing
Yeah, but
crazy. Like I have a couple Spyderco, but that's about the
but
extent of
look,
mine.
once you start with one,
Hmm.
I now have three, and it's not going to stop at pocket knives. It's not going to
Uh-huh.
stop at pocket knives.
And
So,
one good EDC channel is, excuse my French, I'm about to cuss because of the name of the channel, but Best Damn EDC. You ever watch
oh
him?
yeah, I
He does
always
great
I follow him.
footage.
he does great footage. I actually that's one of the channels that inspired my new setup. You remember I used to have like the black mat, the black table.
Hmm.
Now I have this gray. That's part of that's one of the inspirations. Is was
Okay.
it Martin? What's his name again?
I can't think of his name, but it's
Yeah,
Best
I
Damn
forgot his name.
EDC is the name of the
Yeah,
channel.
he's
And
really good.
JCV, yeah, people think we're weirdos, especially like when I tell people, like my non-watch friends, like the price of a watch. They look at me like, "What?
Yeah,
What's up,
yeah.
Bruce?"
People kind of think, hey Bruce. People kind of think we're strange, a strange bunch. But the thing is, that's I had that experience too my with my colleagues here at work because they think, oh, he's the watch guy, he's the watch guy. But then we got bought by a Dominican ownership, our whole store, and the owner has like quite a few really good sleeper watches that you don't see
Okay.
unless like you think they're like regular watches, like LUC Chopard single hander, not
Okay.
single hander, time only, right?
Hmm.
But to those who know, oh, he's a watch guy too. And then his financial partner also is into Rolexes. So when they saw me, hey, you're wearing a Speedy. Oh,
Okay.
okay. So when somebody calls my Omega chronograph a Speedy, not a Speedmaster Mark II, we know that these are like geeks in the in the watch community. I just don't see them all the time because they're in the not Dominican, they're in Jamaica. So
Okay.
that's the thing. But there are a few people in the watch community that you could talk to, and once you know that some of your colleagues know, oh, they're not just weirdos. Oh, our
Hmm.
boss also is a watch dude. They're like, they the respect like comes in,
Yeah.
because of
You
others.
get them to follow your channel.
Yeah, yeah, and I also told them, yeah, look, I have a channel, follow it, and you see, and they kind of liked it. And my boss is also into watches now. He occasionally sends me, hey, how much is this? How much is that? Oh, what do you think of this watch? What do you think of Hublot? What do you think of like the Blancpain and all that? Yeah.
Speaking of
So
Hublot, a lot of people like to hate on Hublot. I saw some of the classic fusions that there are Hublot 80, of course, the ECJ, and I actually don't mind the Hublot, the classic fusion.
I
It's
don't mind.
not a bad looking watch.
Yeah, I don't mind them either. It's just not my taste. I
No.
mean, I understand what Nico is saying. He has like a determined aversion against Hublot. Um,
Who
Suffice to
knows?
say.
I remember somebody made a comment. Who knows? That might be his bestseller at
No,
his
he
office.
said no. He's never sold a Hublot.
Hmm.
He's not putting Hublot in his store. So that's the thing. Well, good for him. If I mean, he will survive without him.
Oh yeah.
I don't like Hublot as much. The ones that I like are the ceramic ones. You know, but
Yeah.
that's very much out of my range. I'm never
Yeah. I had. I
gonna.
don't know if you remember. I had in the Big Bang in from the Unico in from ECJ. It's been a while back. One of my older
Yeah, I
videos.
appreciate their craftsmanship in that area, and they're really trying to make that as their, I would call it their brand
And
signature.
I mentioned it in the video too. I feel like it's a little overpriced for what it is. You know.
Oh yeah, and once you start to get to know a little bit more in the industry, you know that not all of these watch parts are made in Switzerland.
Hmm.
And when it's not made in Switzerland, it's made anywhere else, like China.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I think we're going on about 45 minutes. You about ready to call it a day? I think I'm going to grab something to eat for lunch.
Sure, no problem, man. Thanks for
Appreciate
having
you
me.
coming on, Jason.
Thanks for everyone who tuned
Yeah,
in.
thanks everybody that joined in on the chat. We'll see you guys on the next one. Later,
All right,
guys.
peace out.